Hello guys, my name is Thomas and welcome to Mr. Padaku. So let's talk about motion in a plane. If you like my video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you like my content and want to support it, consider subscribe. So let's get started. What is a plane? By definition, a plane is a flat surface on which a straight line joining any 2 points on it would wholly lie. Now I'm pretty sure that went over your head, so let's break it down. Now whenever you are defining any point in a plane, you need two coordinates. Now these two coordinates are called the x and y coordinate. The x coordinate lies on the x-axis and y coordinate lies on the y-axis. So by practice, x-axis is taken as the horizontal axis and y-axis as the vertical axis. Now how do you visualize a plane? Imagine that your point is a coin on a carom board table. So the carom board coin can only move left, right, up or down. It can't jump or it can't go down. So in the same way, a point on a plane can move in only two axes of motion. Now you can visualize what a point on a plane means and what all different varieties of motion it can do. Now let's understand how we work with planes. Now for all vector quantities, the quantities which have both magnitude and direction, the direction is a very important part when we talk about motion in a plane. For example, when you talk about velocity, you need to know which direction the object has the velocity in. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to understand if it's going forward or backward or to the left or to the right. You need to mention the direction. Now, a vector is represented as an arrow. The length of the arrow represents the magnitude of the vector, and the direction it makes with any of the axes is called its direction. Now, any vector can be resolved into two rectangular components, one along the x-axis and one along the y-axis. Now, how do you do that? So, if you have a vector which makes an angle theta with the x-axis and has magnitude a, so the rectangular component along the x-axis would have magnitude a cos theta, and the rectangular component along y-axis would have magnitude a sin theta. So you can resolve any vector, any velocity vector or any vector be it into vectors along the x and y axis. This is very useful in when we talk about motion in a plane, because it's easier to split the two-dimensional motion into two one-dimensional motions. So you would see many points where we take the motion in the x-axis and motion in the y-axis separately, because they don't have any direct influence on each. Now you can represent a vector in two forms. One is the Cartesian form and the other is the vector. So as I discussed before, a vector can be represented as an arrow. It can also be represented as two rectangular components. So I and j are unit vectors along x and y axis respectively. So any vector in the Cartesian coordinate system can be represented using these unit vectors. For an example, for a vector in Cartesian form, 2i plus 3j is a unit vector which has a rectangular component along x-axis having magnitude 2 and a rectangular component along y-axis which has magnitude 3. This is the end of the video. There will be many more videos in this chapter, so stay tuned so that you are able to understand the whole chapter as a whole. So don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Mr. Padaku signing.